Okay, so let's talk a little bit about content on your website. And when I say content, what I mean is you've got pages about, services, you've got pages about products, you've got pages about, you've got an about page and a contact page and these other things. So Jeff, should I blog? And if I'm going to blog, what should I create? What other pages would be interesting on my website? What would help with search engine optimization? The description that I'm giving consistently right now for you to consider is that I want to see articles on your website that help solve your customers' problems, the other problems that they face in their day. Not specifically, 12 ways to create a great balloon decorating experience at your event. Because that's not really solving their problem. We're all balloon decor people in the room right now, so I'm going to use a balloon decor specific example. If you're trying to get to an event planner, you like working with event planners, then what are the problems that event planners have while they're doing their job that you could create a piece of content about to help them solve it? Not what specifically does your business solve, but what problems do they have and what guidance could you provide on your website to them? So let's say that an event planner has a consistent problem with finding particular types of entertainment, right? So their client comes to them, hey, we want to do this kind of event and we want this kind of entertainment at that event. Go. Let's say that that's a consistent problem. Event planners finding a particular type of talent. You could have an article on your blog. Here's how to find a particular type of talent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Follow these steps. So it's not specific to balloon decor, but it is specific to a problem that your target customer faces. Now, if your target customer says, how do I find a ... Now your website has the opportunity to come up. You have the opportunity to click on your link and learn how to solve that problem from you. You happen to provide particular service, particular products. They might be interested in those because they are an event planner and you know that you serve event planners. That's really valuable content for a blog because it's a way to get exposure to your target audience because you understand the problems that they have and you can create some content around how to help them solve that problem.
So
that's the kind of content that I recommend. Go ahead, Jennifer.
The question would be then, once I have this blog written, which I have plenty, I'm not sure how and where to publish them.
So putting them in the blog section of your website is a completely fine place to put them.
Well, if I knew where that was, I would.
Okay, fair. So but that is a solvable problem. We could go figure that out for you.
Okay.
Website visitors these days perceive the blog to be the place where there's all the content that they don't really want to go look through right now, but there could be something valuable in there, right? Like I don't show up at any websites and go, oh, I just want to read their blog. Boom. Personally, there's very, very few websites that I want to just go look at what's in the blog. It used to be the opposite. It used to be that people were super into the blog and I wanted to follow you and what you were doing. That's not how blogs are used anymore. So the blog section is really about writing content that search engines can use to match you with somebody who is interested in that particular article. So I can give you an example specific to Balloon Decor and BalloonSuite.com. We have an article up there about helium. We hear from a lot of Balloon Decor business owners that helium is the biggest problem in their business. And helium was, to me, obviously a huge problem in 2020, 2021, 2022. We're in 2023 now. Like, we can get helium. Now, I have learned that you can't get helium everywhere still. There are certain areas where suppliers are like, okay, so there's still some areas geographically where supply is limited. But there's another interesting problem with helium, which is that it's much more expensive. And so there's this whole other conversation around helium and pricing. How do I price my decor that has helium? Do I even want to bother with helium anymore? Am I just going to go air-filled? And if I'm going to go air-filled, like, how do I even do that? How do I help my customers choose air-filled designs instead of helium designs, right? So there's this kind of whole universe of stuff around helium. We sell a service that's valuable for balloon decor businesses in Balloon Suite. And so we have written a few different articles related to helium and that whole different space. We've got articles on how to price. We've got articles on how to find helium suppliers. We've got articles on how to help encourage customers to purchase air-filled designs and how to go through that process and what you might recommend in some cases. If you used to be this and now it's this. So we're creating this content because business owners of balloon decor companies have this problem, which is helium, has a few different versions. And now these articles have the opportunity to come up in Google search. If you all ever go into Google and start typing in, where do I get helium? Can't stand this anymore. I need more helium, right? Hopefully our problem solving article will come up for that person. And then they will get to learn about us and see that we want to help them solve their problems, and they'll get to see what services we offer. It's not a hard sell. It's just a, hey, let's solve your problem. That's some of the highest value content I'm seeing out there right now. And I recommend that if you use an AI writing tool like ChatGPT, that you do not, because you can ask ChatGPT these kinds of things, and it can get pretty close. I recommend you do not just take that content and post it, because at some point the search engines will be sophisticated enough to understand it's an AI written article or it's a human written article. And so what I want you to do is I want you to take, assuming that the AI written article is close enough, I want you to grab that, put it in a document, make it your own. Adjust it, change it, use it as inspiration. I mean, like there's a whole range of amount of change you could do to that, but do not just pick that up and drop that on your website. Because in SEO, all things that are too good to be true eventually will be too good to be true. And so that's my little guidance there. A great way to get content written. We provide content. You can come to us for it. You can also go to Upwork, which is a freelancer marketplace. You can go to Fiverr, which you've probably heard of. It's another place you can have freelancers do work for you. You can have your cousin write it. You can write it. You can have a team member write it. There's lots and lots of options out there. And the hard part around content is that it's easy to get written word. It's hard to get written word that is correct and that fits your business and your target customer, and that is using some SEO strategy to, what kinds of topics and how did I lay out that article. All the articles we create, for example, now as part of our content have content packages have a little 3-question frequently asked questions section at the end, because we're seeing those perform really, really well in SEO. You just go to Fiverr or Upwork and you ask somebody to write you an article, you're probably not going to get something like that, because you need somebody who has an understanding for SEO to have that kind of thing built in. So you have a range of options there to get content created for you, and just be smart about it. Be thoughtful about what you're hiring and what you're getting and how you get it to the point where it fits the voice that you want your business to have.